So I've got the new Gordon Ramsay book. Looks really interesting, actually.
I've never understood why he bothers writing books, because if you can understand the recipe, then you don't need the book.
It's not that bad. I mean, there's a couple of tricky bits, but...
No, it is. Gordon Ramsay, he's all of the technical terms like steaming and sweating and grilling. Well, not grilling.
They know how to do them. Average Joe public doesn't know how to do them, so they don't stand a chance.
So what we need really, in order to test this, would be some normal people.
Anybody know any normal people?
We'd fucking decided to see if normal fucking people could actually fucking cook celebrity fucking chef recipes. For some fucking reason, one fucking name came to fucking mind. Gordon fucking Ramsay is best known for swearing a lot, although some people claim he's also quite a good chef. He holds 3 Michelin stars and runs about 1 million restaurants from London to Tokyo, some of which he may have actually visited. Now, I just needed a normal person. And handily, there happened to be one crashing on my couch. Morning! Souffle time!
Oh, fuck off.
Johnnie Ingram is a writer, a Machinima producer, and an enormous, enormous geek.
I can do omelettes, because Delia taught me how. I can do a very good korma curry, because I've taught myself how to do that. And that's it. I've tried following recipes, and sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. More often they don't.
Amazingly, our local supermarket turned out to have everything Johnny would need to make Gordon Ramsay's recipe.
I don't know what a star anise is. It might be a herb. If it is a herb, it'll be here. Okay, yeah, it looks like a star. Makes sense.
It may be noted that both Johnny and I were out playing SingStar till 4 o'clock in the morning at this point. And I think we took advantage of the Sainsbury's marvellous buy 3 bottles of wine, get 1 free offer. And then took advantage of the Sainsbury's marvellous drink 4 bottles of wine, get 1 hangover free. So I'm mysteriously fine, I'm not quite sure why. Johnny is also on top of the world.
Feeling great, ready to go.
We gamely staggered into action. The first thing Johnny needed to do was make a paste with flour and water, and then he needed to blend up some Brussels sprouts. Shouldn't be that hard, right? So, does Mr. Ramsay not give you a few more instructions on how to make this?
I'm sort of to say that Mr. Ramsay, God bless his heart, does not. He says, and I quote, "Meanwhile, mix the butter and flour into a paste." That's it. There we go.
Does he sound like Crichton while doing it?
Yes, he does. He does.
Okay, yeah.
This is more sort of like a ball of dough than paste, I'll be completely honest. And I'm not really absorbing much of the flour.
Paste
so
like... Oh dear. The paste had sort of worked. It looked a bit more like a bullet than paste, but we were sure it would be fine.
Cook the Brussels sprouts in a pan of boiling water for 3 to 4 minutes until tender. Okay. Sprouts. Need sprouts.
Is that like 5 sprouts?
Am I just being stupid, or is
Hang
that
on.
175 grams?
So you know that bit where you said, I don't think we've got enough sprouts?
Well, I didn't know. Well, you've got lots of sprouts now, Hugh. Congratulations.
Johnny boiled, he drained and he refreshed. And then he put the sprouts in the food processor. And that's when things started to go wrong.
Fire in the hole! That's not a paste, that's a salad. That ain't gonna be a paste, Mr. Ramsay, because it's not gonna splatter to the side. That is just having absolutely no effect. There's no way this is going to become a paste because it just splatters to the side. It doesn't get mixed because there's not enough, because there's only 6 fucking sprouts. Okay, then, right, it's bloody paste. That's right, now, we're getting interesting. Brush the insides of 4 150ml ramekins evenly with the extra softened butter in upward strokes. I can see 2 immediate problems with that particular sentence. The first one is, I don't know what a ramekin is.
Johnny knew it was time to turn to an old friend. PC Internet, the copper with all the answers.
Google Images, find me a ramekin. Right. Oh, right. Well, it's just a dish. Well, I don't know why it doesn't just say dish then.
Next, Johnny apparently had to brush the ramekins with butter in upward strokes. Johnny brushed as best he could, but then he hit another problem. Gordon Ramsay versus topology.
Well, first of all, if I'm brushing the inside, one bit of it is flat on the bottom, so it can't have an upward stroke because there's no up. I don't know whether I'm supposed to do the base or not, because it doesn't say. Even Gordon Ramsay can't be so arsey to expect me to defy the laws of physics and do upward strokes on a horizontal surface. So, the base is not being done. That's my justification for it, and I want that recorded on camera for when it all goes wrong at the end when I can't get them out. See, I genuinely have absolutely no idea what I'm actually making here, because I don't know what a souffle is.
A souffle is a kind of super sponge. It's basically a flavoured egg foam which rises in cooking to be all soft and fluffy. Except when it goes horribly wrong, in which case it collapses dramatically. Soufflés rise up because the water inside the foam bubbles evaporates. That steam then desperately tries to escape, but finds itself trapped in the endless foam bubbles, and its futile pounding on the walls of its prison causes the foam to expand. Then the egg congeals, holding the souffle in its light, fluffy form, rather like a soft, delicious handcuff.
Pour 200 millilitres milk into a pan. Oh, this is a fun bit. Right, okay. This is where we have to test to see whether it's scalding. Add the onion. What do I do? Oh, I've got to chop an onion. Oh, I should have done that already.
Now's the time to mention that knife's really, really sharp.
No, I'm aware of this. I'm being extra. Oh, Jesus!
Don't do that.
The comedy.
We added half a dozen ingredients to the milk, and Johnny had his first star anise experience.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, those smell absolutely beautiful.
Just before this episode, I bought myself a new induction hob. You know those episodes of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson drives something really stupid and shouts, "Power!" So, scalding point, you'll want raw power then?
I will want raw power, yes. All that she's got, Cam. You get to play with the induction hob, which is nice. But I don't know how to actually test for scalding point.
Well, I think of an obvious way.
No, apart from the obvious, stick my face in and see if my eyes melt. What should I go for? About 7?
I would press this button, and then I would stand back.
Oh, it's humming. Oh, we need to mix right now.
So basically, an induction hob is it's a microwave for metal. What it does.
Whoa, that's gone off.
Off! I'll explain it later.
Whoa. Yeah, that's spoiled.
We left the milk to cool, then strained it. Time so far, 1.5 hours. Number of things that might have gone wrong, quite a lot. And there was more to come, as Gordon Ramsay told us to whisk in the paste that we'd made earlier.
That's not a paste. This is not a good plan. Oh God, I like this shirt. No, seriously. That is not. Look, that is not a paste, is it now?
No, that's a lump.
In all seriousness now, how the chuff am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get this hot and then wait for that to melt?
Beats me.
I'm gonna add it all in because I need it to melt. What I'm doing now with it is exactly the opposite way that Gordon tells you to do it.
It was becoming increasingly obvious that what looked like a simple newspaper recipe was actually dozens of highly compressed steps, each one with their own challenges. Bloody Gordon Ramsay is doing what bloody Ken Hom does, and several other chefs do. And they've got what I call the meditate under the waterfall recipe, which is great and it really works, provided you have studied it very, very carefully in intense detail while sitting in a lotus position and practicing your Zen for 2.5 weeks. If you just pick the bloody thing up and look at it, it says things like, step 1, do this, this and this. Step 2, before step 1, do this. Also, you need to have these sauces which you've prepared 27 weeks in advance.
That is sort of melting.
Oh, that looks almost like a...
What am I attempting to achieve?
You're season it.
What am I seasoning it with? Anything that it could be seasoned with on the recipe are bay leaf, star anise, 4 cloves, but I've used all those, so it can't be that. Those are the only herby things on the recipe, so I don't know what I season it with. Right, I am choosing to season with oregano or possibly oregano, depending on where you're from, because it doesn't say what to season with.
That's oregano.
So. Very good.
What I'd thought was an hour recipe had now taken more than 2.5 hours, and we hadn't cooked anything yet.
Where are the egg whites, you?
Maximum speed!
And that wasn't our only problem.
Oh, God. This is a device designed to make you hurl, I swear to God.
The more we saw of our upcoming meal, the less appetising it looked.
Can I cook with a blindfold on? Is that permitted? Because Jesus Christ. I have a cat, and it regularly brings up things like that.
Oh man, I can't believe we're going to have to eat this in a minute.
But we were nearly there.
Fill the prepared ramekins with a mixture. Ramekins! Ramekins, bring them back.
In they go, I hope they don't rise too much.
I did find this recipe quite difficult to follow, and there was lots of times when you're going back on yourself and there's stuff that you're supposed to do. And
the season thing as well, because I mean, okay, anyone who cooks regularly and cooks from recipes knows what seasoned means. But it's just lazy, for God's sake, all you need to do is season with salt and pepper. 4 words.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, season it with salt and pepper.
So, in your opinion then, Hugh, how close did I get to what I was supposed to be achieving there? Because I genuinely don't know.
Wait and see when it comes out. I think not as far off as you'd think. We were done. Or not so much, actually. Just before you are ready to serve, heat the oven to 230 degrees centigrade. Takes about 5 minutes. Run a knife around the inside of each ramen and drizzle the cream around. Sprinkle the grated cheese on top and bake for 8 minutes. That's a total of 13, 14, that's about 6, that's a quarter of an hour. So just before you are ready to serve, in this case means a quarter of an hour before you are ready to serve. As we got back to work, grating, preheating, drizzling and baking, we had only one thought. This had better be the best souffle in the world.
After you, I insist.
It's yellow inside.
Is it supposed to be?
There's little flecks of Brussels sprout.
It's got sort of fluffiness about it, which I think it might be
And
supposed to have.
lumpiness, to a certain extent, which I don't think it was supposed to have. And a chunk of Brussels sproutiness.
Yeah, it does have that.
It really does. 3 hours of work for what is basically a glorified omelette. Gotta say, labour doesn't match results.
Not really.
No. I'm sure if Gordon Ramsay cooked this would be fucking stunning.
Doubtless.
He's not here.
Stuart took it.
After 3 hours of work and 20 pounds of ingredients, all we could really say was that it didn't taste bad for cat vomit. This recipe was shit. I've still got no idea how you meant to blend those Brussels sprouts. Why did the paste turn into a lump? I don't know. Gordon Ramsay, epic fail. Hi, we're Hugh, Paul and Alex from Kamikaze Cookery, which you probably know because you've just watched an episode. Thank you very, very much for watching us through all these episodes, and we really hope you're enjoying it.
Now, we like fans, and we want more of them. So, if you'd like us to have some more fans, why not link to us on your website, your blog, maybe your Facebook? Well, you could build a 20-foot tall statue of all of us outside your home.
That's a good idea.
But mainly with the linking.
I think the linking is a better way.
Yeah.
And do join us next week at the same time when Alex will be testing the efficacy of herbal teas using science and rock.